that left hand.
All right, guys, let's get right to it. Any questions?
Well, I'm curious what you've seen from the defense and the growth of the defense throughout camp so far.
You know, we've had some really good practices, you know, and we have to get that to translate to the game film. But I've been pleased with the way we're rushing, playing the run, covering really well on the back end. And so the collective group have been growing together, getting to know each other with the new additions. So it's been good. Now it has to translate to on game day.
Do you feel, because of the way you talk about the coverage in secondary, do you feel that allows you to be a little bit more versatile, creative with what you want to do?
You know, that's just how we've always, or the schemes that I've been a part of, have been able to get up and press and cover on the outside, tight coverage. So that's more what I'm used to. I'm not accustomed to really zoning type coverages, and so it's not necessarily giving me more flexibility to add variety. I guess that's what your question is. It gives us the ability to really run the defense that we want to run without having to plug holes in different places.
The young guys at linebacker, the guys that got a lot of work against the Patriots, how did you feel they handled that first game?
The game or the practice? Wasn't what it needed to be in the game. The effort was there, but the details, the fits just wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I'm looking for, because I was really excited to see our twos go against their ones, and in certain spots, certain people showed up. The young linebackers, they have the opportunity this week to show up this week.
What have you seen out of Jeremy Reeves throughout camp? I mean, has he taken a step from last year, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, I mean he's earned right now to be that third safety type of player where you'll see him in there more. You know, he's such a special teams ace that it's hard to just, you know, play him full time on defense because he's so important to special teams. But he just keeps making plays. So we're gonna find places for him on defense, and he's earned that. He's always around the ball. His physicality is unmatched, and so I've been very pleased with what he's done this camp.
Joe, just in your second year in this position, accustomed with the personnel, accustomed to your role, like how much more comfortable are you doing your job and understanding your job this year as opposed to last year?
A lot more comfortable, you know, just understanding how to deal with managing the staff and allowing the staff to do their job, you know, not trying to be overbearing from that standpoint, and the focus on just making sure that we're detailed, we're structured, we're where we need to be, and allowing the coaches to coach. And then, like I said before, I want to make sure I do a better job of what I've always done in the past is taking players and maximizing their skill sets. So let's make sure we put players in position to do what they do best and negate what they don't do. And so that's where my focus has been. So there's a more of a calmness with me in the building, just because I'm not trying to necessarily do everything. I'm allowing the coaches who are outstanding to do their job and just make sure that we're structured, we're on time, we're detailed out, the players understand what we're doing, and then let's go play fast.
And we had Cliff in earlier and asked him about Wes Welker, and he said Wes is actually helping on the defensive side of the ball.
Correct.
We think of him as a guy who catches 100 passes a year. What kind of role is he playing in helping you guys?
So we did the same thing in Dallas, where the first time we did it with Ben McAdoo. The second time was with Brian Schottenheimer, where they did pre-scouting from an offensive standpoint. Now Wes is going to do that with me, and it was really because Shotty was really good, especially on anticipating. Okay, this is what you're going to get next. This is from an offensive lens. Now my background is started off on offense, so I still see things from an offensive lens. But having Wes with his knowledge of pass game and being in different offensive systems, is going to give us the ability to, or give me the ability as a play caller to have high anticipation of what's coming next. So, and then he also gives the secondary and Coach Simmons and those guys on the back end just a wealth of knowledge of how routes are being ran, where the break points are, what's the quarterback's reads, and the looks and the hots from that standpoint. So he's been a really good addition, and I'm looking forward to working for him with the rest of the year.
Hey, Coach, when you look back to last week's joint practice with New England and then think about the scrimmage on Tuesday. What are some of the areas you would like to see your defense kind of just shape more of or improve at?
The scrimmage, if we could play like we did in the scrimmage, especially the one defense, that's what it should look like. Like the scrimmage, it was pretty damn good. The New England practice, they got into. I thought we started off and we got after them pretty good. They got in the red area. At Skelly, we got after them pretty good also. They got in the red area and they got after us. The quarterback scrambled for a touchdown in practice, and then they scrambled. Now the second time when Dobbs scrambled, we made them work for that one. But the other one, they just stepped up. So we have to understand the rush lanes. And once we get into the low red, we were in some single gap defenses, and I know our ones weren't out there. So, but I'm talking about the game now. But they were able to hit some runs that they shouldn't have been able to hit. In the practice, they weren't able to hit them. I mean, like, so the practice when our ones were out there, they did a nice job. And then in the scrimmage was what I envisioned this defense to be. It was really good.
As you guys get ready here for the Bengals, I know you're not game planning in particular, but it did seem like you were looking at this kind of the sets that the Bengals might give you. Does this week kind of work as a prep week to mimic kind of how you will go into a regular season game schedule?
Yeah, we're not getting to a full game plan, but we will do what we call a snapshot game plan, where we'll give them a little bit of what the normal game week will be, but it won't be a full detailed deep dive like we normally do. We're still in sort of a training camp mode, so we're working both sides of it.
And for Trey Amos, having an opportunity to go up against more proven NFL players like T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, with the Bengals ones, how much will that help you in your evaluation and his growth as a rookie?
I think it'll help a lot. I value Jamar Chase so much, man. I think this kid is the premier receiver in the league. I mean, he's second to none. He can run the routes. He's run after catch. And so the ability to be able to go up there and defend a guy like that, and, at some point he's going to beat you. And then how do you respond? And then T. Higgins, he's not a 2. Let's not get that in. He is a 1 also. So they have 2 1s. And then they have a great quarterback that can place the ball wherever he needs to place it. So I'm excited to see, because we've covered really well out here every day, especially the top 5 corners. And so I'm excited to see against who I think is the best receiver in the league in Jamar Chase. All right, guys. Y'all have a great one.